100,000 kilometers of additional fiber that we need to connect as a country, and so far we have done now about 14,000 kilometers of that 100,000, so we are on track.
And through university education, we optimize what has been consolidated right from primary, secondary, and even the colleges. So we have some basic knowledge, but we know that any curriculum, the content that we learn, cannot be transformed effectively into skills if we don't stress on pedagogy.
This is part of the president's agenda. When he was campaigning, he gave you 5 pillars and they moved to 6. One of them is MSME, small and medium enterprises. Another one was food and agriculture, food security. The other one was universal health care, and then housing and settlement, information superhighway, and the creative economy, and finally climate change and environment.
I just want to mention the 3 things I think that are important. One is around infrastructure, the second is around skills, and the third is around cloud-based applications and making use of infrastructure and use of those skills. The origins of this project that we're launching today was a lot of fiber in Kakamega that's already there. A lot of buildings like these Tibet already here. So how do we actually leverage and make better use of existing resources, both fiber and buildings and of course people? There's an ICT teacher here.
We have established about 274 digital hubs across the country. This is one of them. And when we had conversations, our aim is to ensure we engage. We don't just launch and leave it. We want to engage with the various stakeholders, and we said wherever we travel across the country, we want to be able to have engagement through town halls. Your Excellency, this is, I think, almost the 6th town hall we are having across the country.
These hubs empower our youth by providing access to the internet and other online services that we are rolling out. We already heard what our young people had to say. They are already making dollars, and I think that is a vision we had from the word go. It is our duty as leaders to ensure we double these dollars. It should not be $100 next year. We should be talking about thousands and thousands of dollars that is coming to our communities.
My vision is to see all our students in our county polytechnics graduate with the necessary capacity to take advantage of our digitized work and business landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, the digital hubs being launched today will give our students the rare opportunity of learning about global professional practices in other areas of training. Our digital hub is in itself a virtual school that will enable our trainees to interact with other players elsewhere in the world. And to our students, there's no limit to what you can learn if you are operating within these digital hubs. Every new experience will open up more possibilities for you as long as you're curious. The possibilities at your disposal now include enrollment for online complementary courses and doing digital jobs. These heavy investments are a challenge to you to explore global opportunities by marketing your competencies. As I conclude,
even the recruitment, some entities have started, like KRA. If you want to be an intern, you can only do so by applying online. We want to move very progressively such that even when it will come to recruiting people in the security sector, like the police and so forth, we will want the first applications to be online so that we minimize ile contact ya binadamu kwa binadamu. Ile ya kusema unaleta watu 4,000 kwa kiwanja, wanakimbia, wanafurutana, wengine wanauza ng'ombe, wengine wanakata plot wanauza, hatimaye wanawachwa nje. Wakienda nyumbani roho imekwisha. Sisi tunataka tukienda mbele, tukitumia teknolojia, tujue kwamba kila detail iko online, alafu tutaanza kuwa na mambo ya kusonga mbele kwa njia inayofaa. Hata kwa police, niliposikia regional commissioner akizungumza, hatimaye sio tu mashule, zile 74,000 institutions ambazo zimezungumzwa na, unajua digital lobby, hakuna nafasi ya mtu kusema atatoroka na page moja ama mbili. Na hatimaye tutaanza kuhakikisha kwamba efficiency inaingia kila pahali. Hata yale waziri amezungumzia, kwa mfano kuhusu gender based violence, na tukitoka hapa tunaenda kwa mambo ya gender based violence, lakini ni vizuri nizungumze kidogo nikiwa hapa. You know, one of the biggest problems also is intimidation and fear of reporting when there are cases of this nature. Lakini kwa teknolojia, kupitia kwa njia ya teknolojia, we can develop a very strong coalition where through the privacy of a place, issues around gender-based violence can be brought to the attention of the authorities so that proper action can be taken against these fellows ambao wanasumbua jamii kila pahali. We need to complete the exercise of constituting the IEBC. And sometimes you can keep on blaming the government. Sometimes rightly so, but also sometimes wrongly so. Because after a process has been done, and then somebody goes to court, it's their right, yes. But the government, being a law-abiding government, it has to wait for the court process to be dispensed with. It has to wait. Sasa wale wanachelewesha ni wale wamekimbia kotini, ndio wa drag process ya kuhakikisha kwamba IEBC inakuwa constituted. Sasa hawa wanachelewesha watu wengi, na tukienda mbele, haya ndio maswali lazima tujiulize. If you keep going to court, is it because now you are pursuing a right, or is it a move you are making because you have an ulterior motive to make the government look awkward, to make the government look like it does not want to constitute the IEBC? So the way things are, it seems now we have reached a stage where people want to bring in an ulterior motive so that you delay a process and you make the government look bad. But what we want is to have institutions that are working, we have free and fair elections, and we move forward.
We know very well that Azimio and Kenya Kwanza agreed on the reconstitution of the IEBC commissioners, except one dissenting voice from the Wiper, and thereafter supporting or promoting litigants to go and frustrate the process of reconstituting the IEBC. I want to challenge all the leaders to support the issue of reconstitution of the IEBC. We need to move on as a democratic country because we cannot afford to have a lacuna in the IEBC reconstitution. So my appeal is to all the leaders of goodwill to focus on supporting the President of the Republic of Kenya and our party leader Raila Amolo Odinga as they forge forward to ensure that we have an IEBC that is operational to facilitate the by-elections.
It is anchored on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda pillar of the digital superhighway and creative economy that seeks to establish 1,450 digital hubs across the country to stimulate quality jobs and other livelihood opportunities for our youthful population. These hubs are important users of the fiber optic that the government has laid across the country. Nyinyi wenyewe mnajua mambo ya fertilizer distribution. Hata tukienda mbele, tunapambana na Taifa Care, mambo ya afya, lakini hatimaye kile kitatuokoa ni kuhakikisha kwamba teknolojia imefikia kila mtu na tumejisajili, ndio sasa tutaanza kupata huduma ambayo inatakikana kwa Wakenya wote bila, so that even the recruitment, some entities have started like KRA. If you want to be an intern, you can only do so by applying online. We want to move very progressively such that even when it will come to recruiting people in the security sector, like the police and so forth, sio tu mashule, zile 74,000 institutions ambazo zimezungumzwa na Wizara ya ICT kupitia kwa PS na CS, hata hapo tunataka tuweke police stations. Tunataka tukienda mbele tuwe na digital OB. Unajua digital OB hakuna nafasi ya mtu kusema atatoroka na page moja ama mbili. You know, one of the biggest problems also is intimidation and fear of reporting when there are cases of this nature. Lakini kwa teknolojia, kupitia kwa njia ya teknolojia, we can develop a very strong coalition where through the privacy of a place, issues around gender-based violence can be brought to the attention of the authorities so that proper action can be taken against these fellows.
We are aware that the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, and our party leader, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, have a lot of goodwill to reconstitute the IEBC in order to facilitate by-elections which are pending and also to prepare for the next general elections for 2027. However, we have some litigants who are frustrating that process. Wameenda kotini. We know very well that Azimio and Kenya Kwanza agreed on the reconstitution of the IEBC commissioners, except one dissenting voice from the Wiper, and thereafter supporting or promoting litigants to go and frustrate the process of reconstituting the IEBC. I want to challenge all the leaders to support the issue of reconstitution of the IEBC. We need to move on as a democratic country because we cannot afford to have a lacuna in the IEBC reconstitution.